The year is 1978. The Blue Devils, coming off of 2 victories in 76 and 77. This year, though, the Santa Clara Vanguard takes first with a 91.55. The corps we're about ready to watch missed first place by 0.1. Who is that corps? We're going to see next on the Marching Arts Network.
(1978), DCI returns to Denver for a second year. A major leap in the field of biotechnology as the world's first test tube baby is born in England. Upheaval in the Roman Catholic Church. Pope John dies. He's replaced by John Paul I, who lives for only 33 days. He is replaced by John Paul II of Poland, the first non-Italian to lead the church in centuries. Now on television, it was the debut of Dallas. On stage, the debut of Evita, and disco still ruled the pop music scene, much of the music coming from the movie Saturday Night Fever.
Well, you know, we get some Bee Gees and Saturday Night Fever feel from the Madison Scouts that year. They play How Deep Is Your Love and really actually get the crowd going. But it's Santa Clara's night. One of the most important things about Santa Clara is their ability to really make it happen on the last night. They do it again this year. Poor Phantom Regiment, having taken second the year before, really gets the bridesmaid slot again. But maybe more importantly in terms of trends, in terms of this legacy series, is this DVD absolutely demonstrates the idea that the classical starts separating from the popular music. We start rewarding the classical a little bit more, and it's partly because it skews toward content in analysis.
And we become what we choose to judge.
Well, remember that we choose to judge what the directors and the instructors in the corps have decided they want judged. We correct this in a couple of years, but right now they're being able to find the content in the classical music more interesting, so they go that way.
There were still some great pop moments out on the field, if you will. I love this chart that the Kilties did in 78. My favorite things. It cooked.
Kenny Norman, and I think that, you know, when Angelica, the head judge, says you've got to bring something new to the field, they're one of the people that do it. I think that my own personal favorite, Spirit of Atlanta, that year.
What a horn line. Oh.
Incredible. They hit the big company front in Let It Be Me. The crowd stands up and stays standing for the entire song. Pandemonium breaks out. Crossman,
yeah,
and the big long capes, that initial swirl, it opens up. Really incredible stuff.
And North Star was around then with some great entertainment.
Oh, yeah. And this great long silver chrome line that they had for the snare drums, great.
1978.
Welcome back to the Marching Arts Network. I am the Stress Master. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey of 1978. We are going to be looking at the best second place finishes in over 5 videos. This is the very first one. Look forward to part number 2 coming out very, very soon. But let's take a look at the repertoire and the scores and how close they got to taking first place. So as you can see here, Santa Clara Vanguard won that year. They scored a 91.550, playing Overture to a New Era. Some great pieces here. You can see a lot of variation. So back in the 70s, they just kind of put a lot of songs together. They didn't always usually have a theme. Just some cool pieces. They had, I think they still had the concert piece where they had to stand still and all that. But Phantom Regiment got second place. Blue Devils got third place with a 91.2. But Phantom got a 91.450. So all 3 of these scores within 0.35. Phantom barely missing it by 0.10, playing Firebird Suite, Rite of Spring, Petrushka, Dance Infernal, Scherzo alla Russa, Piano Concerto in A minor, hopefully I said that right, Flight of the Bumblebee, and Ninth Symphony, Ode to Joy. So, looking forward to seeing this. I've never seen this show before. I don't really, you guys know, I don't do a lot of 70s stuff on here. But I thought, you know what, if we're going to do this, let's go back and let's go to the 70s, let's go 80s. So we're going to go each decade. I'm picking a corps that got second place in each decade, that got really, really close to winning, and we're going to be watching those shows. So here we go. This is the loudest it's going to go. For me, it's like I can barely hear it, but you guys will be able to hear it really well. One of my favorite pieces of all time. Very symmetrical drill. Playing on some piston rotors there. Oh no, they're on traditional 2 valves. Bum, bum, bum. You can hear this stuff. Cool drill. Look at that. They're like going back and forth. You can see everything's very symmetrical though. Drumline right in the center. And the guard back then, they had to be precise. Like super precise. Look at that. You need some double time right there. They put the streamers on there so you can see them from up top. Marching the kettle drums, the timpanis. I'm glad they don't have to march those anymore. That was ridiculous. Very bright sound. This is back on the tick system, so you get a tick, or a demerit, if you want to call it that. 1/10 of a point for every error or mistake, and that's kind of how they judged it. Even the guards wearing the helmets, man. That's so cool. Probably not cool for them. Nice. Very militaristic, just common of that time. I mean, drum lines barely moved. They've been in the center almost the whole time. Once you tap for the drum feature. Like the mallets, I mean, they're marching mallets. This is before they put them down on the field. I mean, on the front sideline. Man, imagine the back problems they have now. I'm holding those things and trying not to. I mean, look how big those like timpanis are. I think they call them satellites as well. Very clean, man. So clean. The guards just, your technique had to be perfect. I mean, everything, every spin, a lot of wrist technique going on, especially with the rifles. Like they just like sometimes they would play like a pop piece and then they would play like a classical piece and then they jump to something else. And this is almost a classical, but man, that sound has been like blowing you back in your seats. Interesting how they're like focusing on the guard down on the ground, but they had to like put new silks on. That's, man, like in the middle of the show they gotta put new silks on top. Crazy. This cleanliness factor, especially if you're standing still. I mean, your intervals have got to be perfect. Everything's got to be perfect. Every note's got to be perfect. The guard, everything you're doing has to match. You're doing like ripples. Do the scoops. Fortunately, the audio for me is like super quiet. I mean, it's quiet. And what you guys just saw there, kids, is video tracking on the VHS recorders. Used to be like tracking, and they would get that weird picture-looking thing. Flag the bumblebee. Dang, a toss wild down. That is so cool. It's like a mallet feature in the timpanis. Wish the video quality was better, but this is 1978. So almost 45 years ago. Wait, longer than that. 47? 47 years ago. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that effect. Oh my gosh. Woo! That was cool, dude. I don't care what era. That was cool. That was a cool effect. And then they have the Phantom capes. Very cool. Or what, I don't know what you call that. It's a cape or armlet or whatever. So amazed. I mean, they're really focusing a lot on the color guard because they're the most visible part in the front. But I mean, look how the intervals. I'm pointing like you guys can see. There's intervals of the performers there that are really, really clean. There's some minor fluctuations, but it's not super noticeable. I mean, I noticed them because I taught for so long, but they look pretty darn good. Company front. Staggered resolve. That was a cool moment. Very short flags. I mean, even until the mid to late 80s, a lot of the flags were really not full length like they are today. Some of them were like 4.5, 5 foot poles. And the American flag. Very cool. All right. Switch back over. Right, so tell me your guys' thoughts in the comments below. I'm hoping the video is going to come out okay because the video version I got, unfortunately, is just super quiet. I mean, I had to really, really listen in. But, I mean, it's not the same as what we see today in terms of performance. It's not the same show design. It's not the same of what we're used to, but it is what it is. I mean, it was the 1970s. This is what got second place, and it was very clean. I mean, the guard was just amazing. Super clean guard. I mean, they focused mainly on the guard, unfortunately. I didn't see a lot of the horn line. But your precision had to be super, super tight because even though you're not moving, you have to be super clean in everything that you're doing because it's super visual. There's no pit in the front to hide anything. It's just you guys on the field there. And then you have to be really, really clean. Marching the timpanis. I forgot about the satellite drums. They call them satellites because they had the little tripods that came out from the bottom. And then the bells. And then, what's to say? Like the scoops on the drum line. So they'd come out, you know, the sound would come forward. Phantom was a really loud drum corps. When we competed against them in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, man, they were so loud. Oh my gosh, they were so loud. They're ridiculously loud, which is great. I love the loud. But, you know, it's just, you know, I don't know. G bugles just hit differently. But tell me your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Love to hear them and look forward to part number 2 coming up very, very soon. I will be putting that out probably a couple days after this one, whenever you see this one. But also make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this video with somebody that might enjoy it. Also, visit our YouTube page where you can become a member of this channel and help support us. And we also have a great community section. We do posts. We have, you know, you can read comments of different videos. You can watch videos. We have over 200 videos on our channel for you to watch. All different types of entertainment for you. We have podcasts that we do quite often. In fact, we just finished a podcast earlier today, so I'm recording this later, which you guys will see soon. And then make sure that you visit our merchandise store where you can help support the channel by buying some cool merch. We have shirts, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, all kinds of different apparel with different logos, different things on them. It would really help support us, and we would really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. I will see you on the next one. Until then, march on.